Hey, family. Last week we looked at Titus chapter 2, verses 11 through 14, and we saw that God not only saves us from something, but he saves us for something, namely so that we can be zealous for good works. And so I just wanted to reflect on three areas where we can be zealous for good works in our families, in our vocation, and in our community. First of all, in our families, really, this is one of the most difficult places and one of the most significant places where we can pursue good works. It can be the hardest to love and serve and care for those who are closest to us because they can hurt us the most deeply. But we can show the love of Christ and the radical nature of our salvation by loving those in our family well. Maybe there's someone in your family that comes to mind when you think about this that you need to extend favor and forgiveness and love towards. We can be zealous for good works in our families. Secondly, we can be zealous for good works in our employment, in our vocation. Whether you're working in an office space or you're remote, you can be zealous for good works, for caring for the needs and the benefits of others in your vocation as a way of showing that you are saved by grace. When you love people well who don't deserve that love, when you care for people well who don't necessarily expect that from you, you can show that you are interested in more than just what they bring to the table, but you care about them as people and you recognize that God has made them in his image. And finally, you can care for your community and do good works that will express God's love to the community. We've been trying really hard along the Route 7 corridor in Sterling, in Herndon, in Ashburn, and Leesburg to bless the people in our community by meeting their physical needs. And this has been one of the ways that we've tried to prioritize good works as a way of showing the love of Christ. Family, you were created for good works. In Ephesians, as I said before, Paul says that we were created and we're God's workmanship to walk in good works that God has prepared beforehand, really before the foundations of the world. God has a plan for your life, and that plan involves walking in good works. Would you join me today in living a life of good works? Love you, family.